Big is asking if you could comment on the recent AI art controversy and the fear of AI displacing artists and their ability to make money.
Yeah, so what I would say is that this is the most horrific thing for digital painters. Not for traditional painters, because we're not being replaced, but digital painters, this is terrifying to them because they are completely replaceable with this. AI is not replacing an oil painter. To be honest, I think the AI stuff is incredible. I am very impressed with it. It's so interesting to see the technology. And the digital art is insane. I mean, some of it is just so good. I check it out every time I get a chance. I've got a few friends, I have a few professional illustrator science fiction guys who are actually using their work and doing it. And the paintings, jokingly, some of these guys, like the paintings the AI is producing from their source material is better than the stuff they do. And they love it. They love it.
That's cool.
When you think about it, if you're an illustrator, like if I was an illustrator and I had 400 illustrations that I'd done, I could now source my own material and produce artwork without having to do anything but a couple of prompts, using my materials. What an incredible thing. I mean, we're talking about the price of illustrations being driven down. You know, $2,500 might be gone soon also. You might be looking at, $500 when artists are actually only using AI with their own source material.
Recycling.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. But yeah, the AI stuff I think is incredible. I've been blown away by most of what I've seen, like really, really impressed. But again, it's more of a danger to digital artists than it is to traditional artists because a piece of, a print from a digital file is not the same as an original oil painting.
Oh, for sure.
It never will be. And until the printing process gets to the point where they can replicate an oil painting, well, they make 3D. Daniel's back here making a face. But you think about it, they make 3D prints of just about anything. Why couldn't they fill those printers with paint? They could fill those printers with oil paint. I imagine it'll come at some point. And maybe oil painters will be replaced as well. But that's okay. This is the thing, like you find ways to overcome this, you adapt. There's gotta be things, right? So AI can only produce based on what's already been done. So what you do is you find new ground. That becomes the charge of the artist, which has always been. Find new ground. Produce things the computer can't imagine because it's never been done. It's a pretty cool, brave new world. I mean, it's a huge challenge. And there'll be some people who will take it and they'll produce things that are just amazing because of it. So, I'm kidding. Dana's just dying back here.
Do you think newbie artists can still build a substantial career with the advancements of AI?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I'm a huge, all my artist friends will murder me over this. I'm a huge fan of the AI stuff. There's a lot of stealing going on, which is terrible. There's a lot of bad stuff. But what I would say is that traditional artists are going to benefit from this. Digital artists are not. This is going to destroy them. Anybody who's producing art digitally, illustrators in particular, are going to get savaged by this. It's probably going to entirely take over that industry. Because there's no way a digital artist is going to be able to outdo AI. At some point, AI is going to have access to such a library of art, it'll be impossible for a human to compete. However, if you are a traditional artist, there are very few people who are being trained to do this these days. And people, again, the more we get away from handmade things, the more valuable handmade things become, especially when they're made at a high level of skill. And so if you know how to make a painting, you're the only place that somebody can get a painting from you, right? That's just the truth. Every artist, no matter how they're trained, and going back to style, once you're trained, what naturally comes out of you is distinct to you. Your style emerges naturally. And so if somebody wants what you produce, you are the only place that it can be had when you're dealing in original paintings. Digital stuff is a different game. AI doesn't affect in a negative way traditional art. I think actually it's a huge benefit to it, especially as less and less digital art is going to be produced by human beings. Traditional art, again, is going to have a nice resurgence. I mean, it's already enjoying that. It's already enjoying that with all of this digital stuff that's out there. And I'm impressed by the AI. It's pretty cool. I don't like all this, the way that it just goes through the internet and steals everybody's art. But I'm impressed by it. But it's going to be beneficial to those of us who actually have traditional skills and work in a traditional manner on paint, canvas, or whatever else.
And so I don't have any concerns about traditional art being harmed by AI at all. In fact, I can see how AI would be helpful in developing reference material and things like that. It could actually turn out to be quite a boon for us, especially for those of us who are looking to create fantasy and things on that order. So, but yeah, I have no real concerns about it, except for of course, the Terminator nightmares. Brave New World.